in the game. It's in the game. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Washington Commanders, and it comes your way next.
Just off the Capitol Beltway, due east from the monuments of Washington, D.C., we are counting down a kickoff here just outside our nation's capital. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, partner. A couple of teams that were cellar dwellers a year ago, but as we've seen being around the league for a while, man, that can change one season to the next.
And how often do we see, Mike, a team that finished at the bottom of their division just a year later be the division champion? I'm not suggesting that it's easy or necessarily that these two teams are going to find themselves in that position. But the NFL is made up of a formula that says you don't have to stay long forever. If you make the right decisions, you can go from worst to first very quickly.
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. Now, here comes a return from the 9. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. They are led out by the veteran, the one they call the Red Rifle, dating back to his old days at TCU. It's Andy Dalton.
The man known around the league as the Red Rifle, and what an NFL career he's had up until this point, Mike. I mean, think back. At one point, he's the Pro Bowl quarterback routinely leading his team to the playoffs. Now, he's the experienced backup. He's bringing a lot of veteran presence to every locker room he finds himself, and one thing's for certain. When he gets a shot to play in the game, you could certainly do a lot worse than having him in your starting lineup.
He's got a man. It's the former Steeler, Deontay Johnson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
That into the hands of Hubbard. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
That's complete. It's Sanders.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Yes, you have to operate out of the backfield like a traditional running back. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Now the first carry for Chuba Hubbard. Good blocking to the 15. The speed on display. He's in. Chuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Panthers. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Panthers will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Commanders come out with the man they hope leads them into their new era. Jaden Daniels, the #2 overall pick in this past draft from LSU. Greg, this the man who won the Heisman Trophy with the Tigers in Baton Rouge a year ago.
Here we have a guy, Mike, who's probably one of the most dynamic athletes that we have in the entire NFL at the quarterback position. He can create so many problems for a defense with his legs, but make no mistake about it, he is far from one-dimensional. He's both willing and able to carve a defense up with his arm while using his legs as more of a secondary weapon. If there's one knock on his game at this very moment, it's the fact that occasionally he'll kind of lay one up from time to time. Nonetheless, if he's on his A game in this one, we could be in for a real treat.
2nd and 7. Yet another Alabama back in the league. This is Brian Robinson. And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. He's got the veteran Zach Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
It's a really critical conversion here because after not scoring on your opening drive, you just can't afford to follow that up with a 3-and-out. So you find yourself down 7-0. Sustain this drive and at the very least, see if you can come away with some points.
Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. That's to the right side, and it's Siddick. Here's a 2nd and 9. On play action, Daniels. That is brought in at the 10. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
And this has been a really nice answer so far to this game, Mike. I mean, you watch your opponent take the initial drive and go right down the field and score. And what are you going to do in response? What are you going to do when you get that ball back for the first time in your huddle? And tell you what, they've answered all those questions.
A dive, and he's in. Brian Robinson, touchdown Commanders.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They send a receiver in motion left. He gets it to Jonathan Mingo. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Here's a handoff. Hubbard heading right. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. That's into the hands of Mingo. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
On the give, it's Hubbard. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. They'll go again with Hubbard. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
They put a receiver in motion to the left. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. More after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third down and 9. Throwing, Dalton. Catch is made, that's Mingo. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
This is a really popular concept on 3rd down. It's good versus man, it's good versus zone. They call it mesh routes or drag routes. They want to create some traffic in the middle of the field and pop the receiver out the backside of the defense. But give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. They rallied to the ball and keeps them short from picking up the 1st down. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The Commanders' offense ready for their 2nd possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Man in motion is Brown. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll get this up to the 44. Trevin Wallace in on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. Slot receiver headed right. Daniels to throw on 2nd down. He finds the veteran Ertz. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
3rd and a yard, it's Daniels. That's caught, left side, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds with a gain of 7. That'll be enough for a first down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
They'll run it here with Robinson. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards. Another run here for Robinson. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll go again with Robinson. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take.
To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Jackson. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. Get this drive started on the ground. It's Hubbard. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Man in motion, heading left. Here's Dalton. It's caught. Mingo with the grab. And he's taken down up past the 35.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
Now faking the give. And open downfield, it's Johnson. First and 10. Receiver in motion, headed left. Now it's Dalton. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. It's actually the easiest down in football to operate in. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Good drive so far, but this is a big hurdle. It is 3rd and 10. Dalton. Gonna set up the screen here to Hubbard. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. Pinheiro going to come on to try a field goal now. This from 30 yards out. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Panthers will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense going to take over just before the half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. He runs with it. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second, as it comes to 22 seconds remaining till halftime. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him. I mean, he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. Open man, left side, he's got it. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A nice throw by the rookie from LSU. And he's got his team a 1st down. Daniels now going to look to throw. That's into the hands of Olamide Zaccheaus.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Daniels going to throw again. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Austin Seibert now for this field goal try. This one from 52 yards away. And that is no good. He missed it. So we are at halftime, and the visiting Panthers are out on top. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the halftime report. It was a running back, Chuba Hubbard, who put together a solid first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. The return starts from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Commanders' offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. Credit him for trying to escape. The defense, though, was on that. And finally, they bring him down behind the line.
With the struggles they had running the ball in the first half, Mike, it makes sense that they're trying here early in the second to get this ball carrier going. But this last run's not going to do him any favors. Another rush, another loss of yards.
That's caught downfield. McLaurin brings it in. They gain 18 yards on that one. 1st down, Washington.
This is just like recess, just playing one-on-one football and saying, all right, I'm throwing you the ball. You got to go get open. This is a great job by the receiver selling it at the top of his route. Defender thought he was defending a deep ball. He sticks his foot in the ground and comes back. Well-timed, well-executed, and a nice pickup.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
On target, got it to McLaurin. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
Bold decision there by this quarterback to attack a guy who's already made you pay for challenging him earlier today. He trusted his guy to not only win, but to defeat man coverage, and I think he got away with one there.
On the give, it's Robinson. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the 1st down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He'll get that to Zacchaeus. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5. Throwing is Daniels. That's into the hands of Zacchaeus. And the Commanders are looking at a first and goal. He's taken down at the 2-yard line.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
The big guys are on. Jumbo set here for first and goal. They'll run with Robinson. Trying to fight his way into the end zone, but they will mark him short. Down at the 1. The ball a little closer now. It is second and goal. One more time, it's Robinson. And this time he will work his way into the end zone. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Washington. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He's got it. And the Commanders are on top. It's 14-10. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Raheem Blackshear on the return. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. The Panthers offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Tremble comes in motion. Dalton to throw. A short one there, caught by Tremble. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground in line, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
It's a zone read given to Hubbard. And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
3rd and 9. Now Dalton. And this is going to be incomplete. That's great work to get in there and make things difficult defensively, setting up a fourth down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
The Commanders' offense and running back Brian Robinson on the field for their next drive. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Throwing now, Daniels. Now a quick throw taken in by Brown. And they'll mark him down up beyond the 30.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. They can't imagine that a defensive coordinator would say, hey, we're just going to have one guy defend you all by himself. And after that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day. You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
They send him right out of the slot. Throwing on 2nd down, Daniels. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 3rd and 2. Open man, right side. He's got it. They get 15 on that game. Good for a Commanders' 1st down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up 1st downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Bottled up after a gain of a yard. He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A gain of a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4. Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll throw with Daniels. Oh, after the catch, he's hit, and the ball is out. The Panthers have it. He's inside the 30. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. And a big turn of events there. This defense trying to hold off the opposition now takes the lead, Greg, by taking it to the end zone.
Yeah, and it seems like week in and week out, Mike, in this league, there's 1 or 2 plays that determine the outcome of a game. And I get the sense here in the 2nd half, that game-changing scoop and score by this defense could very well be that play.
Now Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He gets it to go. The Panthers move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here comes the number 2 overall pick, Jaden Daniels, with the rest of the Commanders' offense. And it's been a struggle all afternoon. The defense done a great job taking him away from his game, taking his weapons away, and he is yet to find anything to lean on in this one. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Here's Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. To throw is Daniels. He's got his tight end. There's Ertz. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the 1st down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll stick to the ground.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll run. Up the sideline, past midfield. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line.
Still 2nd down.
Daniels to throw on 2nd down. That one complete to Brian Robinson.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Now Daniels. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
So the drive will end there, and on comes Tress Way to punt on 4th down. Back deep, it's Raheem Blackshear. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Mingo, the man in motion. Here's Dalton. That's over the middle and caught by Legette. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Another run here with Hubbard. And a nice run there as he surges forward, a gain of 8, and sets up 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Sanders. And he'll convert, picking up the 1st down at the 46-yard line. Here's a handoff to Hubbard. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. A run up the middle, it's Sanders. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He's got his man complete to Johnson. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. It's a Carolina 1st down.
And the Panther 1st down.
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So this one a win for the visiting Panthers. And right away you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. And as a result, they're going to come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.